What's going on, fight fans? It's your guy Undercard in Boxing. Just here to give you guys. There's been a lot of announcements about fights. There's been a lot of announcements with upcoming cards, and I go the other way. Just wanted to give you guys a breakdown how I see it. Talk that good old boxing. I always got my man with me, Mister Vibes.
You
Uh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. We locked in. We ready. We get the glasses on. So when I start talking the boxing, people know that I know what I'm talking about.
ready for business?
That means we getting old too, kid. That means we also getting
Yo,
old.
what
It's
up
fight
though?
week.
What up though? It's so much going on, man. So
All right,
it's
listen.
January
January has end is about to end. So
is about to end, and we
yeah,
have who we got. Who do we have on the docket?
we have David Benavidez versus David Morrell. That's this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We also have Cool Boy Scooter versus Brandon Figueroa. Pitbull
Mm.
Cruz versus a guy named Fioro. And then you have Jason Rosario versus come on, why is the name escaping me right now?
It's Jason Visario versus
Brandon.
no.
I can't remember. It's a good
Wait.
fight though. It's a good fight for both of them. Crossroads fights for Rosario. He's been a little inactive in and out the ring. He's had good wins in his career, but a win here allows him to continue his career, where a bad loss may or may not put him in like it's time to hang it up. I'm not
Mm.
sure if you saw Bruce
Oh,
Gasp. Salute,
dude,
my brother.
Jesus Ramos.
Jesus Ramos. Now, Jesus has been
Yo.
up and down. He had a good win versus Joey Spencer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he
And
lost
then
versus
he had a
Lubin.
close. Yeah, he had a close loss.
So,
That was a tight loss, bro. That
listen,
was a
skill pay
tight
the bills,
loss.
and the thing. It's sometimes it's what you're looking for in the fight, and we've discussed this
Mm,
about close fight or robbery.
right.
But sometimes you want to get your lick back in that. You want to avenge that loss, but sometimes you don't get the opportunity. And Lubin's been a little bit
That's a fact.
inactive also.
Dude, I think Lubin is biding his time, waiting for a title shot. That's what I think he's doing.
Then
He's
we
trying to
know
do
what
some
the title shot
peacekeeping.
is. It's probably gonna be Madrimov.
Well,
He's
Madrimov has to get past
Virgil.
Ortiz. Mm-hmm.
Virgil. So he's fighting for a belt.
Interim. I
Okay,
was gonna say
who's
open
I
belt.
don't know. Bakram Mal.
Mer-
What's the other one?
Bakram Murtazaliev.
Yeah,
You
who's he
got
fighting? He fighting
Kubrat.
Virgil. He got the belt.
No, Bakram is fighting. He was supposed to fight Boachuk.
Bovich. Okay.
Boachuk is the one that just fought Virgil, and that was neck and neck.
Nah, I thought he lost that fight.
You thought Virgil lost that fight?
Yeah, you get knocked down 2 times, 3 times. Where's your scorecards? And you can't hit clean every other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was. He made it a fight though. It was a good fight, but I wouldn't have been. I don't think I would have been mad to your point. Like if Virgil took the L, I think it. I think he would have been fine. He still would have been in the same big fights because he's just an exciting kid to watch.
Absolutely. But then you know what I've been noticing about Virgil and his progression. We're all over the place. At 147, stepping on shit, knocking everybody out, 100%
Mm-hmm.
TKO rate. Then you look at the fighters and you're like Victor Postal, and you're like,
140-pounder.
okay, well, who else did he knock out? Like there's just names there that just either, like you said, moved up from 140 to 147 to fight him, or didn't belong anywhere in his
Nowhere
stratosphere.
with him. Yeah, to me, the Maurice Hooker fight was a good fight, but once again, Maurice Hooker, a big 140-pounder.
Oh,
Now
I know.
didn't he go against Green Machine?
Mean Machine, yes, he did.
That was a good scrap. And
It was.
that was one of the first scraps to
I
get
got
posted.
I think Mean Machine put him on his behind in the first round, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he gets too overzealous, bro. He gets super overzealous.
I
He
think he's
forces everything
infatuated
with
with his
power.
power. I think he's over.
Too much so, because the power is real. But now
It
that
is,
he's
but
going into the bigger boys, he really has to work on the setups. The setups really matter. He got all the
True.
tools, bro. I think the kid is nice, man. I think that kid is nasty.
I haven't seen him fight off the back foot.
He had to do it against Boachuk.
That's why he lost.
Yeah, you're so stupid. No, but what's funny is if you'll allow me to play on your side of the fence, because to your point, if he had trained during training camp and worked off the back foot more, he would have been able to make a smoother transition when he had to versus his natural athleticism, bringing him back to the amateur days and him being forced to work off the back foot versus it being a plan. And I think that's what we saw. We saw, oh snap, he got some, he has some skills, light on the feet, but it wasn't part of the plan. So it still didn't necessarily, to me, it kept him from getting knocked out. If we want to be honest. And I'm a Virgil fan.
And this is the fight that you telling me he won? A fight he almost.
No, I'm saying he won on paper. He won on paper.
Yes.
Regardless of how I feel, I remember I said it was a tight fight. It was a close fight. That's why I'm not against you when it comes to like it could have went either way. And honestly, if it went Boachuk way, I mean, that probably would have been the better decision. But Virgil's the hot ticket, bro.
It is,
Virgil's the hot ticket. But yeah,
imagine.
Let's get to it. I don't want to throw off your flow because I know we got a bit of stuff to get to in a short amount of time.
Nah. I mean, so you have the February 1st card, Las Vegas, David versus David. Let's start talking about those light heavyweights. And as you notice, the older you get, that's why you're now in your natural weight class at 175. When before, when you were younger, you were sucking yourself down. Pause. I said pause. It's cutting weight. You were cutting weight and making 168. But when you look at the dimension of these fighters, they should be nowhere in that weight class. Like 6'4" guys, 6'3", making 154.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, no, 168 you're talking about.
No, I know, but then you look at Fundora and you're like, why is that guy down there? But it's body frame, and I get that. But
but even with the body frame, bro, we know some slim people, and I don't know nobody that can walk around at that height, at them weights. 154, 160 for Shiraz, 168 even for Pacheco, him being so big. And you know what's funny, at least for Pacheco and Shiraz, even their frame is not like tiny. They got wide frames, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So these fellas can easily fill into heavyweight. I don't know if they'll go up that high, but they can easily fill into heavyweight frame and look fine. Sebastian don't got a bad frame either, but I see him capping like 175 at best because he's real slim. He looks like his bones are made out of feathers.
Yeah, I mean, let's see how you do. All right, so who do you have in that fight? I mean, we've discussed it, but I just want to hear your kind of breakdown and analysis of the David versus David. You're going David M, David B.
David
B.
My final thought around this fight, I'm still edging David Benavidez. I got to give him I want to give him the speed advantage, not by a lot. It might be minuscule. I want to give him the speed. I'm gonna give him the experience. Power, I'm gonna be honest. Power is up there. I'm not too sure because David Morrell looks like he could really crack. And we know Benavidez can crack, but part of most of his knockouts come from the way he can wear people down. His sweet spot to me is his hand speed with his reach. And then he obviously does have pop, but David Morrell looked like he's SWAT, bro. But David Morrell reminds me of Ortiz Jr., where everything he throws with power, in my opinion. I don't feel like he varies up his speed too much. And Benavidez might have that as an advantage, bro, because he does a great job of that. Defensively, I don't know. It's tough. David got great feet. David Morrell has great feet. Benavidez's defense looks like it's been improving. His
defense is his offense. But let me just read a quick one here. That you guys had a guy like Dwight Muhammad, Quate 5'6" and a solid lightweight, and it was all about bone size, not height. Which is true, because I've seen a guy like Tyson at heavyweight.
Yeah,
it's not height, but
Yeah. Some people it's the frame. I get it. I get that part completely.
So
Yeah.
so for me, I have David M edging the fight. I think he has the
Crazy.
better IQ, better trainer, younger, and although not the wear and tear or like you say experience, I think that might be what hinders David Benavidez. His idea that this guy shouldn't be nowhere near me, and this is the same, like they're comparable in height, they're comparable in reach, and I think David M will show why his upbringing or his experience will weigh out more than David Benavidez's experience. And I think there's a knockdown in this fight, at least one.
So
That's how I feel the fight goes. I didn't even say UD. I say split decision, David Morrell. Yeah, this knockout people. I'm just like, yo, y'all crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't see either of them. The knockdown I could see.
Yeah.
Knockout completely. Oof. I don't know, man.
I mean, someone's overmatched, and this is like that's bad matchmaking if he smokes him.
Or someone really get caught slipping.
David Benavidez.
I don't know. I can't see that, bro. And to be honest, I think Morrell gets hit more. I mean, I realize this sometimes by choice. I think Morrell gets hit more than Benavidez, bro.
We will see.
Morrell gets hit more. I think Benavidez is going to have a better gas tank.
If he got Nemo Heredia in the thing, he won't have to worry about a gas tank. He can go 15, 16 rounds.
Wait, was that a subliminal shot? You trying to take a shot at my boy? So, mind you, time out. You trying to take a shot at Benavidez, but he's the one that's been asking for the testing and doing all this stuff.
Yeah, of course. I mean, of course, when I know I'm going to beat it, yeah, bring on all the testers. Yeah, come on.
Guys,
bring every test in the book. I got the best cheat next to me. This guy used to be with Victor Conte. Nemo Heredia used to be like this with Victor Conte.
You think you're setting a trap right now? You setting a trap for me right now with this line of questioning and these lines of statements.
I seen you look up, bro, and I hooked you.
Yeah, you ridiculous. Bruce Gas and me are aligned because we have sense.
And maybe stopping him late. Okay, Bruce, I'm taking all bets. Me and this guy got $100 on the fight.
I'm telling you right now, bro.
Yeah.
I'm going to be shocked if Morrell can knock out Benavidez. I'm going to be completely shocked because what's going to happen is I don't think what you don't realize is Benavidez. I don't think he's faced obviously anyone like Morrell, but he's had more versions of different people who can do things that Morrell does well.
Agreed.
Morrell has not had even a fraction of one opponent who does anything like Benavidez.
Not in the pros. I agree with you.
In the pros, I agree. Counts. We can't talk amateurs at 3 rounds. The speed.
We can't talk the Olympics.
No, the Olympics matters in terms of us understanding that this guy is talented. But you can't sit here and compare your experience in the Olympics with the raw pro experience, the longer rounds, the fact that you're not sitting there counting your punches. You see what I'm saying? You spend 3 rounds. All you're trying to do is hit the person as many times as possible, maybe knock them out. That's what it is.
I believe in it.
In the pros, you get a chance to you know what? I'm gonna build out these next 3 rounds to build out my game plan. Maybe I only touch him to the body. You see what I'm saying?
You can disguise the game plan a lot more because you have more time to work with.
You see what I'm saying? So if you beat anybody that has similar attributes to Benavidez in the Olympics, they weren't able to put in a pro game plan for the Olympic match. So we don't even know what they could have done with their similar attributes to Benavidez in a pro fight. Because unfortunately, they game plan for the 3 rounds. I think it's 3 rounds.
Yeah. Okay. Hey,
so we both around it.
We have our predictions. We have our predictions. I haven't been this much excited for a fight than when David fought Boo Boo.
Yeah, man. Boo Boo.
And crazy enough, I saw how Boo Boo came out in that fight, turned him, moved, boxed, hit, moved, grabbed. Like he literally had a great game plan. But when he spoke and said, when I hit him with everything I had and he just smiled, it was over.
Mhm.
And I get that.
Yeah.
But you
you know,
also saw
honestly,
the size difference.
he let it get to his head too, because I think the way that he was working Benavidez, because I'm not gonna sit here and say like he was completely outclassing Benavidez the first few rounds, but I ain't gonna. I don't know if you, bro, thought it, but I ain't gonna lie. After the third round, I sat here saying like, "Yo, this is about to be a good fight." I thought it was at least gonna go into championship rounds,
Hmm. Yeah.
and
It
but then
wasn't
he
an
got
adjustment. It was more like David just willed himself to that, to like, I'm just gonna hit him as hard as I can for as long as I can. If he stands
yeah,
up to it, then we keep going. If
yeah,
not, that's where he fell. So to me, the game plan was working. It's not like he deviated. He didn't just say, I'm gonna go blow for blow. What happened is he got caught and it changed how he was boxing.
yeah,
So for me, someone comparable in size can do some of those things, but at maybe a crisper, higher pace, doesn't have that inactivity, has been fighting, gets some of the best training with Ronnie Shields. I think with Ronnie Shields, David Morrell, and his IQ, I think he could beat David Benavidez.
Yeah, I mean, yo, anything is possible, but I'll tell you this: this might be an unpopular statement. I don't think skill for skill. I've been able to see that Morel is actually better than Boo Boo or Caleb Plant. Skill for skill, putting everything together, I think he puts everything together very well, and he has more power than both of those guys. But skill for skill, yo, dude, Boo Boo did stuff in that fight that you would never ever see anyone try on Benavidez. He hit him with 11 punch combinations, bro, and still somehow got out the way in between that 11 punch combination.
Listen, I was rooting for,
That's not
you know how much money I
normal.
lost on Boo Boo?
No, I know. I'm just saying. So I say that to say, even if so the point that you made about Morel being crispier, I don't know if he'll be crispier, because one of my other pain points about Morel is because of his thirst for a knockout, he be coming across a little sloppy, but he always finds a way to get out of danger. But to me, I think why he doesn't score maybe more knockouts is because he
He's
just be
thirsty
looking a
for it.
little sloppy. Yeah, sometimes and sometimes if you look, the punches are so powerful, but they slap. Look at he almost underestimates how long his arms are sometimes. So that was my thing of when I watched him, I was like, this kid is amazing. Let's give him some more fights so he can tighten that part up, because then he's gonna be
You know, it's the
a
funny thing
wrecker.
that's always being said about the Cuban fighters, and I think they're trying to break a stigmatism within their own boxing culture.
Ooh, Andy Cruz.
No. Like the fact
Mm-hmm.
that they're not punchers, that they're boxers, that they
Mm.
will style on you, punch you, get it in and out, but they won't put you to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So Andy comes out the gate. He gets 2 KOs. Oh man, Andy punching now. This is different. Look at the styles. Like, and then in the Salido fight, like he just had, he hit that guy with a lot of good stuff, but could not finish him.
Yeah.
So then the stigmatism just keeps on going, where everyone is looking at you like you can hit hard, you can fight, but there's no danger in fighting you.
Mm-hmm.
At least I know after 12, I'm still gonna be okay. I'm gonna have my senses. I ain't gonna be laying on the canvas.
Right.
Same thing with Morel. And especially that I believe PBC was making a good attempt to push that fighter, like Cuban descent. We're gonna put you where you're stationed. You're gonna headline all of these events in Montreal, but you gotta sleep some shit. All right. We can't have you for 12 rounds just
Moving like Rigondeaux.
exactly.
Yeah.
The dancing is cool, but is it as entertaining as somebody sleeping? No, it ain't.
No, it ain't. And you know, Morel has answered that. Morel has come to the table, and he's, to me right now, he's the most popping Cuban, I think, when it comes to the power that I can see.
Is Lara Cuban?
No.
No.
Laura's. I think Laura's Cuban.
Yeah. Oh no, then it's Lara. It's got to be Lara, bro. He's sleeping shit.
Okay,
He sleep left hand.
In the last 3 years, Laura has been sleeping, but in the career totality, you got to say from start to finish right now, it's Morel. Obviously, he has a fraction of the fights
Yeah.
of Lara, but I mean, out the gate, bro. In terms of what we're learning Morel to be, he's a boxer puncher, and
Okay.
Lara is going to close out his career as being known as an amazing boxer, going into almost boxer puncher. But he's forced to slow down because of the legs.
Yeah.
But
He's not
such a
moving as much
brilliant,
as like, oh yeah, I'm gonna set you
he's
up,
such a
line you up for
brilliant
this.
boxer that when he lands, and I think to me, all the Cubans can crack, but they've spent so many years
Footwork.
ingraining into their psyche the
Yeah.
footwork and not fully committing, you know. So even with Andy Cruz, I think you saw there was at least 2-3 times he just didn't have that Jaron Ennis, Keyshawn Davis killer instinct. And but
Yeah.
he got it too late at the end.
Yeah. I
Once again,
definitely saw that.
this is his sixth fight, right? Sixth fight. Yo, I even with all that being said, I think the dude is amazing, bro. He might be almost as entertaining as Loma to watch.
Does he
think
beat
he's
Keyshawn?
I gotta ride with Keyshawn, bro. DB3 all day, bro. But if Keyshawn is not on his A game, it's gonna be embarrassing. He gotta be it's not even A game, bro. He gotta be on his A plus
Yeah.
game because this guy is
He knows him. You know,
phenomenal.
you know what I also realized too? Because of the amateur system, you can be an adult fighting up and coming kids in the Olympics. So when I realized how old Andy Cruz was, and I learned how young Keyshawn is, I'm like, bro, he fought a grown ass man in the Olympics.
He is a child, and
that dude was drinking a beer after the press conference. Keyshawn had to go get some juice and some, you know what I mean?
Bro, Keyshawn could even grow hair on the side of his face.
None of that. You don't see he got locks now. He's
doing his thing.
But it's like the same thing with Loma too. Like when they say Loma was a 2-time gold medalist in the Olympics,
you
have to understand he's an adult beating up on kids and then that hasn't turned pro yet.
Yeah, but with Loma might be a little better because he won twice. So that's twice within an 8-year span. So the reality is when he won the first one, he probably, I don't even know if he was 20. We got to look that up. We can fact check that. But when Loma, the reason why I say that is because when Loma entered the pros, I'm pretty sure he was 26 or 27. So to me, that would, if I'm doing the math correctly, like I said, his last Olympics, he was definitely in his 20s. So he was more of a man than most of the teens. But his first Olympics, he was probably young, bro. So I would give him more credit than Andy because Andy pretty much was 20s beating up on late teens.
Okay. All right. Let's talk this Cool Boy Scooter.
Man, I'm worried about that fight.
Scooter versus Brandon Figueroa.
I'm worried about that fight. You know, I'm okay. So what I've learned, I talked to Wifey about this. You have to start to separate. Everybody pay attention to this for those who are new to gambling like I was. If you gamble.
Your heart from your mind's eye.
You have your prediction, you have the odds, and you have who you favor. You got to separate the three. For this Brandon Figueroa versus Fulton fight, based on the last 3 performances, my heart, is with the East Coast brother, Cool Boy Steph.
Okay.
The odds, we got to fact check that. We should have probably came prepared. I'm pretty sure it's probably going to lean towards Figueroa.
Yeah, Figueroa's the favorite this fight.
Where your money should be would be throwing a little on the decision for Fulton, but I am predicting a Figueroa win based on the last 3 performances. Fulton got all the tools, but I'm going to be real. He hasn't looked as pristine, he hasn't looked like he's improved necessarily the way Figueroa has actually looked better. And let's be honest, they both were big for 122, but Figueroa is pretty much a 135 size person. And he cracks as well. Fulton, he's a good size guy too. I think he's like 5'6", 5'7". So he could probably fight up to 130, but he don't hit like a 130 pounder. 135 pounder. Figueroa probably hit like a 130 pounder and now sitting pretty at 126. And now, I feel like all his any weight issues he might have had could probably be a little bit alleviated. And that volume that he was putting on Fulton is going to be even more intense now. And now he definitely is going to have the size, the reach, and the weight advantage. And I would say the power advantage.
He had that in the first fight.
Yeah, look how tight that was, bro.
It was tight. That was very. When I scored that fight, that was a very difficult fight to score because
it was so difficult.
It was nip and tuck. It was like give and take. Like you would watch the fight and you would like, okay, thing is winning this round, and then in the end, something would happen. You're like, okay, how do I edge it now? Like, is it the guy who started off hot, or is it the guy who ended with the flurries, or is it the guy who landed 3 punches before the bell rung? Like, it really was a difficult fight to score.
And you know what the judges, something you mentioned last time is it really depends on what the judges favor.
Yeah,
because
their preference.
When I watched that fight, and I think when I first watched that fight, I wasn't set as a fan. That fight made me a fan of Fulton. I was paying attention, but I was like, yo, this dude is so sharp in the pocket, especially when they did the slow-mos. And I'm like, yo, this kid was catching so many things. He was catching on the inside, shooting here, catching here, shooting here. It was beautiful work. Once again, you got to look at two key factors for each person. Figueroa has not only improved, you can argue that he's less weight drained at 126. Size, power, all the things I said. Fulton should be less weight drained as well, but has been knocked out since they fought. And not only has he been knocked out, he's also been dropped. So he's been dropped in two separate fights.
Very true.
What has that done to his physical, his mental? I don't think the skill set has wavered, but now has the power increased? I didn't see that the last fight. It didn't look like he was swatting more on that last fight. He still looked sharp, but he still got caught and got knocked down. And mind you, he was fighting undefeated fighters and none of them dropped him. But after Inoue, he got knocked down the very next fight against a solid contender. Like, what are we talking? This is, it has me nervous, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm rooting for him. But like I said, based on what we're talking about, I would have to lean Figueroa by a very minute percentage. 55-45? What do you think? I know it's tough. It's tough.
I'm not as confident, but I have to be. Like, there's something about Fulton's now mentality as it pertains to the sport of boxing, where there's a love-hate going on. And I don't know if you like, I can't look into his mental.
Hate with boxing, you're saying?
With boxing, yeah. With boxing, with the media, with things being said. Like, it's as if that loss really opened up his eyes to what really is going on, and is that more people want you to lose than they want you to win. And they will show themselves the moment you have that hiccup, that close fight, that thing that, like, and they'll just harp on it. Like, they'll send you 10 million highlights of you just getting punched on. Yeah. And he knew that there are people that loved him and that wanted him to win, but he also realized that there's a mainstream of people just waiting for him to lose. And he took a different approach going into this fight. Like, he was boxing beautifully. He could have won that fight all the way to 12.
With who? Figueroa or
Figueroa. Not Figueroa. The last fight where he got dropped in. Cool boy.
Oh yeah. I think
in my opinion, like, he could have just stayed here 1-2, but for a split second he lost. He let the guy get off, and he ended up on the floor. And I was like, ooh. But I saw resolve. He also has a new corner. He's training with Bozy now. Boots that. He had a different trainer. I think his name was Saeed or Salid before.
The brown skin fella?
Yeah. He not with him no more.
I don't know. I'm surprised, man. That dude was sharp too.
It's true, but
cool. They all in the same.
Sometimes you reach a point of growth within yourself that maybe the information comes at you. Maybe you don't do you're being told the same thing over and over and over. So you make a change. So that way, when you're hearing something, it's different, it's new. I'm also going to look over at Bozy and say, okay, Jerome Boots Ennis. You have O'Shea, who just won a title. You have a couple people in Top Rank.
Andy Cruz.
You got Andy Cruz. there's a lot of work I can get over there. Not only that, there's a lot of fighters over there that ain't been touched up
Yeah,
or been beaten.
yeah. I mean,
You know
but
what
he
I mean?
already. I mean, I get it. He already gets that work though.
You get that work, but
Because he's
as
already
soon as
cool with
the
those
fight
guys.
comes, you're listening to a different type of what. I'm
No, I hear that. I hear that. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm with. I hear. I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm just saying there is that change of coach. So the guy you saw fought Brandon 2-3 years ago definitely is not the cool boy that's fighting him on February 1st. But there is something about beating someone and now wanting to make it a little bit more decisive that yeah, I beat you. You may be able to beat everybody else, but I know how to beat you.
Yeah.
You don't know how to beat me. I know how to beat you. And there's something to be said about that. And we're going to see if he can duplicate or if not duplicate, put a good enough game plan in the works to slow down that Brandon Figueroa attack. And that's how I see him winning the fight. Listen, I cannot put money on this fight. I can't build a parlay with this.
No. This is not a parlay kind of fight. It's either I don't know.
Yeah, it's one off. You have to go home when it's live. After the first round, that's when you bet. Like
so let me see. Let me see. This is what's coming up for me. Chris Colbert. Now, I'm not gonna say Colbert and Fulton are one and the same.
Oh, I'm about to say you being very disrespectful.
No. I'm not gonna disrespect. Fulton is a former unified champion, legit, pure undefeated high class fighter. Colbert is good, showed a lot of promise, but wasn't able to reach what Fulton was able to do. But just in the sense of them being known for being great boxers, not heavy punchers, pretty much in how they're looking since their first TKO
loss.
So that's why I keep saying I'm like worried. Like I'm like that's my cousin. Like I'm rooting. Like I said, he got all the tools, but we just gotta see when he gets hit. Same thing, don't want to jump there yet, but even think about Devin. Because I'm not a hater. I'm not one of you that hate Devin. I mean, his father is amusing to me, but I'm thinking about Devin when he gets cracked again.
Yeah. Fight or flight. How will he react?
Yeah.
How does he take the punch?
That's what I worry about, bro. Because to me, I'm not worried about him flying, flying. What you just said, running, but how he takes the punch. The second part of what you said, how he takes the punch. Is he going to get dropped again? Is it going to wobble him? I don't know. This generation, I feel like we too light in the ass to be getting clipped too clean. The bones ain't built the same like how we in the 90s and 2000 fighters.
It's true. It's also the sparring. It's with better equipment. Like there's a thing about their headgear used to be there just to keep you from getting a headbutt. Now it's literally keeping you safe. So now you might not even feel 16, crack you when you're sparring. Like you're sparring and you're working on these things. And listen, he has a tough fight versus Jose Ramirez. I think Jose was a former champion, or at least he may have fought for a title. That's a tough fight.
Timeout. Don't disrespect. Timeout. You got to get it together, bro.
His champion?
Dude, Jose Ramirez was one of the men at 140. Former unified champion. Josh Taylor.
Okay.
Yeah, the man was
so Josh Taylor beat him and then Regis to get undisputed?
Correct.
Okay.
Because Jose already had 2 belts. Jose beat Hooker.
Okay.
And Jose defended his unified belt several times. So they're not really put in respect. This is a dangerous fight. Devin Haney can very, very well lose this fight. Listen, Jose's big. Jose should have been moved up to 147, bro. He your height. Long arms too. He not built like a regular Mexican. 5'10". He got a good wingspan, maybe like a 6-foot wingspan. That boy big, bro. He's bigger than Devin. I'll tell you that right now. He fight volume. Remember, I don't know if you know, but one of his number 1 sparring partners is Virgil Ortiz, and they be going at it, son.
Yeah.
So I think Haney's probably a cleaner, sharper boxer, but like we should be worried. I don't know why everybody's relaxed because Barbosa beat him, but I mean, Barbosa I would normally say is nowhere near Devin Haney, but Barbosa's fresh.
Yeah.
He was able to take advantage of just being fresher, being a little bit better than Jose in the last fight. But if you watch it, power
So
for
his
power,
only two
Jose
fights are Josh Taylor, the undisputed champion at 140, and Barbosa, fringe
by a hair.
contender. Wow.
That's the only two losses he has by a hair. By
Who
a
said
fraction of a
this?
hair. I don't know. It's an awful fight. I mean, but remember, Riyadh season is we find out season. So,
Yeah.
but Ryan has a much easier fight against Rolly, bro.
You think so?
100%, bro. I'm sorry. I enjoy Rolly.
They should have did Rolly versus Devin and Jose versus Ryan.
Give Devin a soft touch, bro. I mean, let me not be.
Rolly's not a soft touch, but at least I think he keep him at bay with his jab.
Oh yeah. Devin will. I can see him boxing circles around, and also Rolly's fractured. Let's not pretend like Rolly's durable. He's not.
Rolly he's had. You know, it's funny as we talk about getting knocked out and what happens after.
Yeah.
Rolly definitely is one of those people who, after being knocked out by Tank, everything else after has just been.
It's been downhill. And he don't
even the Barbosa fight.
He fights scared.
Yeah,
no,
he's not as reckless.
But also fight where he got clipped in that fight too, and they gifted him the win.
Yeah.
This part of what made Rolly special was he was just.
That's what we're drinking on February 1st.
Oh,
Gentleman Jack.
Go. I like the taste. Yeah, Rolly was a bit of a savage, raw power, very awkward, strong.
Go for it. Yeah. Right. You have to hold Rolly back in the event that he gets into a fight.
That's what I'm
saying.
But now, I don't know, bro. And then also what's happening now, because he's way more mindful of getting hurt, he's actually trying to box. But that's not your bag. It's not your bag. So, you know,
he switched training and went to Salida. So
yeah, he went to he left Bullet, which you got it. Bullet, I give Bullet a lot of respect, you know.
Bullet made a lot of people champion.
Yeah, I don't know if he should have left Bullet. I think Bullet would have kept that dog in him, and now I don't know what he's trying to do. He don't have a Cuban skill set, even though he's Cuban. He don't have a Cuban skill set. I'm sorry. So anyway, like we both agree, they should have gave
they should have flip-flopped those fighters.
Yeah. Because I can see Ryan sharp enough. He got a good chin. I can see him catching, based on what Jose Ramirez was getting caught with against
Josh Taylor.
No,
Barbosa.
The bull he fought in between Barbosa that he barely beat. He beat somebody really strong, Spanish, Afro-Latino dude. He's a former champion too. I'll look him up in a second, but he was getting caught clean the whole fight. But Jose got a really good chin. He get caught clean with them same kind of punches by Ryan is night. So that's why I think Ryan would have handled that a lot easier than Devin, because I don't know if Devin. I don't know what Devin cracking for.
That press conference has to be going to be one of the funniest things.
Oh heck yeah, it's gonna be good. Oh, by the way, Regis versus Duarte. I think Regis is gonna retire after this.
Yeah, Duarte by stoppage.
He's probably gonna lay him out, bro. And you know what's funny? The reason I say that, it goes back to what we were talking about. I guess the theme for today's vibe is what happens after you really get hurt in a fight. With Regis, it's interesting because he's still trying. He tries really hard, but I just don't see the
improvements.
The fast switch. Nah, forget improvements. Look at some of Regis's highlight knockouts. Even though he don't got the best feet, his fast twitch when it comes to the upper body was awesome. That's why he became a champion. He had
those hooks,
good IQ, great hooks, really awkward defense. Even the Josh Taylor fight, the stuff that he was slipping was very,
close
hairline. Yeah. But he's not moving like that. So it's more than just getting hurt. It's like it took something out of him, like the ferocity that I expect from Regis, which is the fast twitch thing. So to me, that's why he loses to Duarte.
Ever since he took off the mask, bro. Ever since he took off the mask, he not been Rougarou. In my opinion. When he used to wear the mask and come into the stadium with that.
Yeah, he was like a little monster.
It was like, yo, activate. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Now it's like, I'm Regis. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, they gave me a good check, so I'm here to fight. Win, lose, or draw, it's cool. I'm gonna go take care of my family and be the a loving, supporting husband. But
Yeah.
these training camps are becoming harder and harder, yo. Y'all not even getting it. Like, I got 3 babies, and they need me. So I got to disappear for 4 weeks.
That's exactly how he sounded too.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly how he sounded. And you know what's funny is Regis. When you used to watch Regis a lot, bro, he always talk about how he's big for the weight class and this, that, and the third. I never thought that. Maybe at the time when he was popping, he was a little more like solid for the weight class but in terms of he got little arms like Kambosos, and he's not really tall. He's probably like 5'6".
I feel like that would be a better fight for him.
Dude, I would have loved the Kambosos fight. They both on that end of their careers. That would have been a good fight, and I could.
Oh, how can the Emperor be at the end of his career?
Yo, dude,
he's fighting also.
Kambosos, I know, but he's not winning anything. At least Regis won a couple. Kambosos has literally lost every single fight.
Whoa, he was the undisputed champion at 135, sir.
Kambosos has lost every single fight since being TO, including the Maxie Hughes fight.
Yes,
he's lost every single fight. It's awful. At least Regis won.
Actually, he lost this Mickey Bay before he lost to TO. Go rewatch the fight.
I watched the highlights. I thought it was close. But even those wins, Mickey Bay and the other champion, those are all split.
Yeah.
Kambosos' problem is he doesn't, to me, maybe he started training too late, or maybe he got too obsessed with his speed with Manny. But he don't use the speed. I think he would have benefited from training with a Gary Russell to understand how to use his speed, when to place it. To me, he don't even use the speed like Pacquiao because he don't got good feet like Pacquiao. You see what I'm saying? So it's almost like he has elite level speed with B level feet, and then a miracle performance against Tio, and a solid chin, so he stays in these fights. But
I'm still trying to figure out how Loma stopped him out of everybody else.
Yo, first of all, Devin could have stopped him. He didn't put the gas on it. Tio put the gas to it too late. If Tio had not been such a baby and took the rematch earlier, I think Tio would have knocked him out, bro. When Tio is on, even if you look at the back half of that fight.
I did. I saw the whole thing. I remember watching it a lot.
Tio was hungry. I really thought.
Yeah, the game plan was just go knock him out. I was like,
yeah, it was a bad game plan, bro.
Wait, what? Just go smoke him?
Gordo, yeah, now if he came in like Gordo, if he was on his Gordo stuff, oh man, he would have made clean work of Kambosos.
Yeah,
and I think he should have rematched him. And Kambosos was open to the rematch, but egos, bro, egos. That's the
egos, and then this thing about a conspiracy theory that they want you to lose the fight so Devin can get the belt. All right, we still on the February 1st card.
Oh, let's go. So the Jesus Ramos, Jason Rosario.
Yeah.
Rosario's time is done as well, bro. They're really holding on to the fact that he was a unified champion, but they're milking it at this point. Ramos is gonna knock Rosario out. I'll put my money on it. Ramos is nice, and Ramos have a chin.
The people in Philly ain't gonna like that, bro. They out there celebrating cheesesteaks and Saquon Barkley. You sure you want to do that?
But Rosario is considered a Philly fighter?
Yes.
I didn't know that. I thought that was my boy.
I mean, you work with Breadman Edwards, so you know.
Rosario work with Breadman? I hope you're not mixing him up with what's his name, brown skin brother, Julian J. Rock Williams. He worked with Breadman.
Oh shit.
Rosario is the one that got knocked out by a jab by Charlo. That jab
no,
to the
that's the other ones. J Rock. J Rock fighting. Wait. I know Banana coming back. It's not Banana. It's
No, you're right. I'm looking at this card. It's Jesus Ramos versus Rosario, Banana. But
okay,
also
Banana's back.
J Rock is coming back. He's coming back.
Yeah.
Soon.
Yeah.
So you're right. You're right. So yeah, Philadelphia is gonna be fine. I'm rocking with Jesus Ramos.
I can't go that fight. I don't know.
I'm rocking with Ramos.
Okay.
I like Ramos. I think Ramos is gonna be a problem at 154. I also think he can.
Yeah, he's big for another one that's
he's a baby.
Huge for
yeah, he's huge for the weight class, and he's a baby. So he has so much time. His ceiling to me is a lot higher. Him, Ortiz, Madrimov, not that young. There's a couple other guys. My boy, Conwell. Conwell's not that young, but them fellas are young, so they can have like one or two really.
Yeah, there's some matches up there. Like I can see you start matchmaking in your head.
Yeah. Rosario, I think is done though. If he gets knocked out, he should be done. I mean, he's young, but he's young. Like I think he's early 30s. But the way he gets stopped is the problem.
Right.
He keeps getting stopped, bro. It's not even like he's going 12. He be getting stopped, and that he kind of coming like a Gamboa, and no Gamboa's Cuban, but he kind of coming like a Gamboa.
Yeah, I know what you mean as far
he
as
just keeps getting stopped. It's just not looking good.
right. He fights good. He has moments, but eventually it's like boop, lights out.
Yeah, and that's what I'm worried about. I'm also kind of worried about that with J-Rock. Because J-Rock got clipped and got knocked out, even though he was doing good. And he got knocked out his last fight too, or TKO'd or whatever. People debate whether that should have been stopped. But regardless, you got clipped again. And you got up in such a way where the ref was like, I don't know if you're going to be able to make it out of this. Let me call a fight. So even J-Rock, I don't know if he's going to be a champion again. I doubt it. It's too competent unless he goes to 160. 160 is the weakest one right now to me.
Who's the best fighter at 160 of the champions?
Damn, yo, honestly, bro, even being out of office, I'm gonna say Charlo. Or of the champions, active champions,
160.
160.
Oh yeah, Charlo is a. Oh shit, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I think he's in recess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still put Charlo up there. That Charlo jab, Charlo's jab alone is better than most of boxing.
Charlo needs to come back, man.
Needs to come back, bro. Now that you're saying that out loud, it actually
right. I'm like,
food.
Yo, you can pick up all the ones on your side.
Yeah.
And you can go over the top ring and go snatch them too, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I think
undisputed.
I think Charlo beats Adames, but Adames he's an amazing offensive fighter. But I think Charlo beats Adames. Who's the other champion? Oh, Lara
and Janibek. Yeah.
Janibek. Ooh. Those guys are good. Yo, it's so tough because I say 160 is weak, but when I think about Janibek, he is a weight bully, but he's good. Lara I have so much faith in Lara's skill set, bro. Right now, I would say Lara might be the best one. You got to give Lara maybe the credit to be the best, even though he's the oldest. I would right now put him as the best. Janibek would have to beat him for me. People may disagree, but Lara has earned it. And for him to be 40 and still swatting, putting joint to sleep, guys 15 years his junior.
Is that a good comeback fight for Charlo?
Charlo versus Lara?
Yeah. It's both sides of the street, man. Lara don't seem to fight but one time a year.
Are we missing a champion? We're missing a champion, though.
WBO. No. Unified, Adames, and the WBA.
Is Janibek unified?
Yeah, he has 2 belts.
Oh, so then that's why. So it's just Janibek and Adames.
Yeah.
Janibek, Adames, that's 3.
And Lara.
4. And Lara, got you. Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
3 champions, 4 belts. Janibek has 2.
I would sooner. I don't know. That's so tough, bro. Because you may think I'm crazy. Based on what skill and IQ, I would probably say Adames is the easiest fight.
For Charlo?
Yeah. I would say when you
Styles,
if you have to factor in the age, and I would say the next one I would go for would be Lara, because let's see if I can wear down the older guy. But the IQ for Lara is still going to be there. You got to be worried about that left. But you had the size advantage in that fight. Janibek would be last, because here's the thing. You don't forget, Adam Shiraz is hot on everybody's heels.
He's fighting Adames in February 22nd.
So if Shiraz knocks out Adames, bro, I would probably...
He goes to the front of the table and becomes the best at 160?
I probably would tell Charlo to go for him next.
Ooh.
Because the experience and the size and strength of Charlo, I think that's something that he has not seen.
After the layoff, though? You think the layoff, no effect, he just goes back?
Well, here's my thought process. In an ideal world, Charlo doesn't back out of anything else, and we see him hopefully by summer. So then his second fight could be Shiraz.
I mean, he had the Thomas LaMotta fight, and it somehow got canceled. Funny, no one spoke about it. I think
with
YSM
the
Sports Media
special.
did an interview. Shout out Jamil.
He did.
Um,
Um,
so I'm gonna go listen to it and see why the fight was called off. Was it because I'm not saying that he ducked the fight, but I think what happened was he chose not to fight on the undercard of Tank or something like that.
I can understand that. I also think it's so funny is obviously separately from us meeting Lamana, based on what I've been seeing from Lamana also can be a banana pill. So I could see him once again not ducking him, but low key being like, if my power is not kicking, like how it was versus Benavidez, I may not get Lamana out of there. Conditioning wise, I could see Lamana outpointing him as long as Lamana don't get caught. Based on the fact that Lamana's been active, Lamana's been looking sharper. He's on like a 5-win streak. And no offense to Lamana, but he's not the name that Charlo would want to. I don't even think Charlo wants to go life or death with him.
I would
You see what I'm
just
saying?
bring me the rematch then.
I think
Thomas Lamana
deserves
versus
the fight.
Lara.
I would have liked that, or I would have liked Lamana. Give Lamana one of the dudes that just got beat up but not knocked out by one of the champions. Just so that, because Lamana needs a high profile win at this point. It's not a skills win he needs. He needs a high profile win so that it looks juicy. He looks like a juicy target for a Charlo. Because then Charlo will really underestimate him, and then Tommy will come in sharp. But separately from obviously meeting the guy, I still think Charlo is just a better fighter. I think Charlo would beat him, if I'm being honest. Charlo's nice, bro.
I know. Seeing him train. Listen, seeing him train got everyone going. Yeah.
Yo, he's
yeah.
nice. And
like,
I think. Sorry. Go.
No. You everyone was just excited for him. Like, instead of announcing like you're coming back, seeing him back in the gym training had the boxing community like. I remember when he did the. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah. He had a
hand, block hand, spin hand.
And then he turned, and I think why people are so excited about Charlo. Number one, he's still undefeated, unlike his brother. But number two, if we're being honest, the loss that Jermell took indicates to me that we've seen Jermell's ceiling. I don't think we've seen Jamal's ceiling. He hasn't even he was a long middleweight champion, obviously only fighting once a year, but he was a long champion. But we've yet to see him unify. We've yet to see him catch all the belts, and I would love to see him go up in a weight. At least his brother unified, undisputed, went up in a weight. So his brother's Hall of Fame career is set. Maul's Hall of Fame career is not set.
All right. Charlo versus Charlo. Let's go. Let's do it. 160.
Oh. Charlo versus Charlo 160. Wow.
Taking more? You taking more?
Dang, man. I would take the Jamel that beat up Tony Harrison the second time could be, I think, the best we've seen of Maul. But once again, please bear in mind, we haven't seen, to me, the best of Maul. So if we had to put it at percentage, we've seen close to 100% of Mel. And if I'm thinking the Mel that
Brian Castano.
I think the Mel that beat Brian and Tony the second time is close to 100%. When when Jamal beat, who did he knock out? Was it Lubin? He with the uppercut. There's a Maul that's there that we saw maybe 85%. And that's the point I'm trying to make. That 85% that I think we've seen thus far, I think that Jamel beats that Jamal. But 100 for 100, and I don't know. That's why I say I can just go based on the data that we have.
I'm throwing out a crazy fight. I don't think they'll ever fight each other. I was just curious to see if there was any way to edge a fight or to see an advantage for one or the other.
I mean, I think both have amazing jabs. They both have amazing jabs, but I guess on paper you have to say Maul hits harder, but Mel is the one that has gotten more of the recent knockouts in the last 6 to 7 years. Mel was stomping out everything. Maul has been struggling to get a knockout, but he looked like he swat harder, and his record make it seem like he swat harder. So, and he does look bigger. He actually does look bigger than Jamel. He looks like denser. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, twin brothers, but you can tell them apart.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
you,
you can
nigga, and
definitely
that's
tell.
you.
You can definitely tell, bro. You can definitely tell. To be honest, Maul looked like he could fight at 175 easy.
I want to see him versus. Who got slapped? Maul or Mel?
Maul. I want to see him
Okay.
versus Caleb.
Thank you.
Here's
Honestly, no other fight makes like Caleb versus Berlanga must see TV. I got
that's a
Caleb,
good fight. That's a
but
good fight.
Maul versus Plant
Yo, that's fire, bro. That's fire.
somewhere is a phenomenal fight for boxing.
Let me tell you how Maul should do it. If it was me, take out one of the champions at 160.
Okay, get a belt.
It'll be risky.
Mhm.
That's his first fight. Take out one of the champs at 160.
Okay,
Then go up to 168. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And at 168, take out Caleb, take out Berlanga. At that point, bro, everybody
Canelo?
would be saying Canelo. Because at that point, if he had Canelo as a fought Benavidez, then Maul would be the next best bet. There's a great story behind it, redemption for the brother.
I beat your brother, I knocked your brother
Canelo,
down.
you know.
You came up here into my weight class making. You can do Maul versus Skull for the IBF, and then Canelo
William Skull.
can become 2-time undisputed by beating Maul.
So here's what's crazy.
Talk to me.
I really think the game plan for Crawford should be to go up and beat Skull. I think Crawford would beat Skull. I think it'll be a fun fight. I think it'll be, I don't know if he knocks him out. Skull is very crafty based on what I've seen. He's a little bit bigger, but he's not a big 168. He's not big at all. I think Crawford could beat him comfortably, bro. And now he's officially a champion. He's beat somebody at 168 as a champion.
See,
that would have been a nice fight.
If Bud was ever the dude to just be like, yo, let's be cool and let's get money, that would make so much sense. Because PBC could set that up and make the money from that fight. You come over, you beat because it's our champion. You beat Skull, IBF belt, and then PBC plus Riyadh season gives you the Canelo undisputed fight at 168. But Bud is he's too hard-headed, bro.
Yeah.
Too hard. Like, bro, everybody not your enemy, bro. You just want to fight with everybody. Everybody a fight. Like, fuck you. Bro, you can't fight on Top Rank because you ain't getting none of their champs. You can't fight on PBC because you burning that bridge. Hi, baby.
Right. Yeah.
You can't go to Matchroom because you and Eddie constantly at war. So now you have to go to Riyadh season. You can't go to Queensberry because they don't know you.
Exactly.
You good, bro?
Exactly. I'm with you. Thanks, bro.
Couple more minutes, bro. Like 3 to be exact.
She just woke up from a nap.
Of course. But yeah, so
I didn't even realize it got this dark too. But yeah. It's. I mean, you know, and it seems like Bud has a good relationship with everybody. Bud seems to
not when it comes to this part though. He can communicate, but when it's time to start sitting down with Bud and talking bread, it's like he just gets so hard, like stuck in his own. Yeah, like it's my way or no way.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear nothing. I said 150 million. Well, you told me about 20 million and then the back end and then the pay. I want 100 million. It's like, yo, Bud, you can make more than 100 if I don't give you 100. And Bud's like, so I'm from Omaha, Nebraska.
That's the debate that's happening now. He about to get 100 M's for this Canelo fight?
It's rumored, but I mean, Bud has lied to us, told us he got 100 mil from 6 figures from BLK Prime.
I can't believe that, bro. That, like, Bud is amazing, but Bud is amazing, but you talking, no, I'm sorry.
I mean, think about the money that Usyk and Tyson Fury got.
No,
they got one.
I get it, but come on, bro. That's over. I think 100 M's for all of them fellas is crazy to me. Where did they find this money from?
Oil.
But what do I know?
I'm Mr. Turkey.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. That's a waste of my bread.
I mean, yo, you're throwing away the fight and you're not making any profit at any time.
No, I mean, listen. If you thinking of it from both standpoints, for sure. You know, from Crawford is great. Canelo gonna make a bag. Everybody involved, the people behind the scenes who invested, they're not gonna make their money back.
Yeah, this is the
They're
thing that
not
people
gonna make
don't.
their money back.
It's something that people don't understand about Canelo, that he's a businessman first.
Yeah, Canelo make money every single fight. He makes
Whenever he
bucks.
like people, oh, he made this much. Y'all watching the wrong thing. He got a piece of the gate. He got a piece of the concession. He got a piece of the ring walk announcers. Like,
straight up,
I'm gonna put my fighter on there and I ain't paying nothing.
he got a piece of the scalpers that be outside the arena. Yo, Canelo.
I'm serious. Cartel, go cut the head off. They're not giving me my bread.
They're not giving me my bread. Bring it back to me in blood.
Yeah. So
Straight
whenever
up.
he fights, people only see like what he's being, not realizing he's made way more than that over the duration. That's why not only is he picking and choosing, he's picking and choosing. I know the date that venue's gonna be packed.
Right.
I'm gonna make 20 mil off the gate.
Yeah.
Piece of that. Then give me the pay-per-views. I don't care if it sucks. I'm getting a piece of that.
Getting piece of that. Give me that. All that.
He's smiling and laughing after the fight. How much you made? Oh shit, for real? Oh my god. Yo, guess what? Guess what? September, we're gonna do the same thing again, bro. We're gonna do the same shit again.
But wasn't that what Mayweather was saying where he robbed the bank?
Yeah.
Mayweather always talking about robbing the bank. I don't know if he's not robbing the bank like Canelo right now, but he was the one.
No, but that's because there's a bigger fan base. Why do you think he fought on the days of Canelo's not using?
Oh yeah, no. Yeah. It's not. I got you. That's not even a debate. Not even a debate, bro.
Right. So
it's crazy. We got to do a part 2 because we still got so many fights we didn't touch on.
Yeah, but
so many fights.
For sure. Listen, there's enough time. This fight week. There's a breakdown that people can go back, review, take a look at. Hit us up in the comments. I'm taking bets. I got David Morrell. He got David Benavidez. He says late stoppage. I say split decision. The guru. Someone will be right on Monday. Someone will be right on Monday.
And we shall see who that is, my brother.
And we shall see that I will be right. I'm claiming it. You got to claim your victories before they come. I've been going, hallelujah.
Yeah. Affirm that.
So check out the pod, like and subscribe. I've also learned that I can also swing this to Facebook at the same time. So that's what I'm gonna do moving forward. Yeah, because we got friends up there. So I'm gonna pull in the follows from there as well. We'll talk about this offline. But shout out to everybody. Bruce Gas, Boxing and Jazz, thank you for pulling up. Always like the insight. For everyone that's popping in and out, please just don't forget to leave some comments so that way we can start talking. I leave comments on other pages and people run me down for the things I have to say, bro. And I'm like, damn. Lights just came on.
You see that, right? It's time.
Blessings for the time. I know you got daddy duties. Get to it.
Yeah, bro. We gonna link. Love to everybody.
Salute. Yes, sir.